We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames just to see what is going on for the twin flame collective, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine. We have entered into Saturn retrograde. Saturn is retrograde the next 4.5 months. This is helping us to clean out our karmic closet. This is actually huge for twin flames. It kind of goes with the theme of what we're going through as flames too, with the healing work that we do too. So we're going to talk a little bit about Saturn retrograde. Oftentimes it's helping us to let go of our karmic past, things that we may need to heal or look at more fully. So oftentimes this brings up inner child wounds and programming and patterns from our past that we need to release and that we need to let go of. When we have karma owed out, it's simply something unhealed. When we have something unhealed, oftentimes we're unknowingly sending out signals to the universe of fear, and it's attracting things that we don't want or that we may need to deal with or that we may need to resolve. This is all about our unfinished or unresolved business right now, so this is perfect for twin flames as well too, as these are souls that are never quite done. I know, right, there's never an ending. There's more work to be done or doing right now. So this is bringing up a lot of healing and things that we may need to look at and acknowledge. Saturn rules time. It's the taskmaster. It's in charge of time and divine timing. This is huge for twin flames, as twin flames agree to me under the clock. This is always divine timing, something that is pre-planned out, that you will meet in that perfect divine timing, in that perfect order in your life when you're ready to work on your union. But oftentimes union is a process as well too. So we're going to talk about a couple of these themes today with the divine feminine and the divine masculine. This is just going to be a general reading, but we're going to go into past lives as Saturn deals with getting things in order, reflecting over the next 4 months. Expect to be really, really thinking about your situation, especially your twin flame situation, over the next few months. Until November. So it's like a period of reflecting, paying attention to how we're spending our time and our energy, who we're hanging out with, and what we're putting our energy into right now. Bringing powerful energies. Remember, this is just a general reading, so do the one-on-one calls on my website. They're going to help you a lot with your specific situation. So everyone is different as to what is coming up for you to heal during this time in your life, as you know, you had your own unique path and things that you're dealing with when it comes to doing the inner work. So I always say, do the one-on-one calls. You can do them as often as you need them. I am an energy healer. Make sure you're doing more healing work too. That's going to be the key that you need to stay in a lasting union or shift into union. I do a ton of twin flame healings, clearings, and activations on my website. I also do twin flame coaching. If you run into a separation or challenges or blocks, make sure that you're doing that twin flame coaching too. It will help to work you through the process. Don't stay stuck in those type of energies. So I have a lot of twin flame tools on my website. Make sure you're checking it out, sparksofdivinelightshealing.com. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to navigate these energies. They're actually very powerful for, we'll say, up-leveling your life and healing certain things and upgrading certain things. And I want to talk about the galactic energies and the cosmic energies that are coming into the planet. They're already quite high right now, and that's because during this time of year, we receive a lot of energies from Sirius, a lot of galactic energies. Our Sirius gateway runs from July 3rd to the 7th, but we're already very much in those energies too. Sirius is our spiritual sun, but also represents the star of Isis, and this is important to twin flames too, as this is where we come from. We'll say all humans come from Isis, right? But twin flames come from Sirius specifically. So Sirius represents the divine feminine aspects, and Orion, the divine masculine aspects of Osiris, right? Twin flame union, bringing together these energies. Oftentimes twin flames carry a lot of these aspects, either energetically or even in your astrological makeup too. So we're receiving a lot of energies from Sirius. This is going to help us with our spiritual awakening, and twin flame is here to wake you up too, which we'll talk about. I know you might already be awake, but to awaken you more. And so we're receiving a lot of high frequency energies, but oftentimes we're having to integrate these energies. So you're going through a lot of upgrades right now. This means that you're going to have a lot of the old coming up or surfacing to have to reassess, heal, and let go of, especially any energetic blocks too. So I was saying yesterday, it's a little bit like when you're upgrading your iPhone and you're plugging it in, it's a little slow and you can't really use it. You got to wait, right? And so you might be feeling a little bit tired I know, sluggish, like, right, going through some upgrades, and just know that. So pay attention to your body with what you need during this time. You're probably needing extra rest and extra energy healing to handle some of these changes as you're going through some of this stuff too. So just pay attention to what's coming up. It is normal that you might be going through some energetic purges and things like that. So we're going to start with a reading for the Divine Feminine. I still feel deeply connected to you, but I won't admit it. I know this is ego and pride. Sometimes you guys are getting in this ego stuff, right? But you're deeply connected to this person. You share an oversoul. And sometimes we get lost in the human experience, but you're very much meant to merge into union. And it isn't just the physical relationship. That's just a bonus. It's that soul pull to be with each other, to bring these two pieces of the soul together. It's almost like they have that broken half of your heart, right, or soul. But this is a very powerful connection. Divine Feminine knows that and feels it. You may have been questioning things. I see a few people in separation because they've been questioning it, and I think it's normal. You're going to go through many layers of purging out old 3D beliefs and narratives. Specifically with this Saturn return while it's in Pisces, it has a focus on breaking you out of or helping you out of the old family narratives that many of you guys have been playing out, that your family wrote for you a long time ago. And we have that theme coming up, this Saturn retrograde specifically too. So healing family issues. I still have dreams about you and our happy times together. And so you might dream of this person a lot. This is very common. I saw someone, they've been in a separation a while, and they're having the dreams, and I say, well, this is a good sign. And this is a very powerful sign when you're dreaming of this person. Twin flames are dreaming about each other specifically, and you get powerful messages, whether you're seeing what is going on with this person, seeing what's happening. These could be happening in times of separation. Of course, it happens when you're in union too, but it could be happening in separation to give you a message or to show you they're connecting with you or that you're always connected. It could be happening especially as you're nearing reunion or union or at different stages to give you messages and insights. It's your subconscious trying to get your attention about the connection. You might have been trying to put it out of your mind, but the subconscious is trying to bring it up because it's important to you. There's so much unspoken between us. I need to tell you how I really feel. And twin flames have an unspoken language. This means you can read each other's energy anyways and always sense what the other is feeling and kind of tell. And you're bouncing off of their feelings too. Like you'll share a lot of emotional energy with this person. And it does bring up a lot of emotional energy to clear. And sometimes we like to think it's from the twin flame, but it's actually stuff that's been buried anyways that's coming out with the ascension, where we have to process a lot of different energies that are surfacing physically and spiritually too. So this is part of the healing too, of feeling intense emotions. I couldn't handle your words when you were upset with me. It was too painful. Taking more care with your words is something that we're learning too. Both may have hurt each other or cut each other kind of deeply with the words. It could be lately or something that was said that you can't get out of your mind. So just know that too. Divine Feminine, feeling upset over things that were said. You were my sanctuary. You were the only person I could confide in, and I betrayed your trust. Your twin flame might have issues with, I don't want to say security, but they might have attachment issues. They might have issues in trusting you too, or opening up with you again, especially if either one of you was hurt. Okay, so this is your twin flame. And you know that already anyways. You don't need that confirmation, but this is something that might be crossing your mind, that it can be hard for our human ego to understand this connection. I know, right? Because this is a spiritual connection. All right, Divine Feminine, your Divine Masculine is here to awaken you and to wake you up. And I was going to talk about a little bit like Snow White. I probably haven't seen it since it was a cartoon and I was about 7 years old, but this is an analogy for twin flame. We have Snow White eats the poison apple from the witch and is put to sleep in a spell, and only her prince or Divine Masculine can wake her up, right? It doesn't work when anyone else tries it, right? Okay, so we have this as an analogy, and you're meant to be like the Divine Feminine. Divine Masculine is the higher self embodiment that comes and awakens you. Doesn't matter if you're already awake. This is going to awaken you a lot more, next level, right? Okay, so your divine masculine is actually here to awaken you and to wake you up more and to break the spell or the illusions of the matrix for you through their love, through waking you up, right? It's supposed to break you out of some of the, we'll say, the illusion of the matrix, because this is like an analogy for the matrix, and it represents that union between the divine feminine and the divine masculine higher self, and the awakening that happens from that too. So just know that your divine masculine is here to wake you up. It doesn't matter how they're in the physical, it doesn't matter, but within the spiritual, they are here to awaken you. And some of you might be already really awake, but they're going to awaken you again. Like, you're like, what? More, right? So you're going through this awakening from this connection, and a lot of healing that it does trigger, no matter how it kind of looks. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your life right now. You might be too focused on the matrix or material and money. Some of you guys might be like working too much, right? No play, right? And also Saturn retrograde is about self-care, tending to old wounds, or nurturing ourselves and taking care of ourselves too. Or you might have financial blocks and issues that you didn't heal. And if so, if you struggle or worry about money, needing to heal your sacral chakra, as this will affect your relationships. It's one and the same. I know, so if you're not doing good with the finances, you're probably not doing very good with the relationships. So when you heal your sacral, it will help to heal any blocks within your sacral. So this is about flowing more and energetically too. You're purging out a lot of old negative 3D beliefs right now. Saturn retrograde is amazing for unlimiting ourselves, but we don't like that. It's integrating karmic lessons, right? But it's a chance for us to reflect on our past and learn from our mistakes, and to try to start over with that knowledge, with that spiritual wisdom, so that we can do better. And it's releasing the fear blocks of the past so that we're not recreating out of these things too. So Saturn is a very powerful planet, but a very fair element that keeps us on track. So for separation people, any twin flames in separation, these are beautiful energies coming at us the next few weeks and even few months. For twin flames, we have a lot of abundance energy, manifesting miracle energy in the air that are really, really positive for twin flames, especially all that galactic energy that is helping to wake you up. So powerful energies, especially if you guys are in separation. Look at it like you're off your path. I know, right? I know. Some people are just made for each other and made to be in union. So if you're, having a hard time coming into union, sometimes not seeing a lot of the outer results, wishing it would speed up, these energies are going to help get you on track or get you back on track. Keep an open mind. Your twin flame may differ than your usual type and expectations. This person might be completely different than anyone you've ever been with. Someone told me yesterday, I think we're just too different. Actually, you don't want to be completely the same, right? These are the relationships that are boring. All right, your twin flame is going to be probably polar opposite of you in a lot of ways. And this is what makes it a twin flame connection too, because they're usually the opposite. So if you're really good and you got to strengthen some area, it's going to be their weakness, and vice versa. So just know that this person might look different. It's not going to be based on looks or what they have or matrix stuff. This is going to be based on the vibration, the frequency, and how it feels when you're together. Like when twin flames activate and when you guys are just hanging out, you get so high because your frequencies together are so powerful, right? It's a frequency together that you combine to create, to make. So it's a whole vibe. Let your friends help you. Ask for support and ask for people to help you. So you might be leaning on your friends right now, divine feminine. Be careful getting advice from your friends though, if they're not aligned with your union. I know, you might want to go to a professional, I say, to help you work through this. Because sometimes you guys are getting a lot of not great advice. Someone wanted me to talk about that yesterday in my video. I'll try, because this isn't really the space, but there's a lot of negative stuff online. Like, I know, right? I know, and things like that. And, a lot of times these are posts from people that are stuck in separation, or they don't have a twin flame and they have no idea, or they haven't navigated the process. And so this is stuff kind of coming up on the internet. So just be careful. Don't absorb everyone else's stories and things like that, or take on, other beliefs and opinions that are not aligned with your union right now. Okay, so We're going to go ahead and do past lives today. I want to tap in and see if there's any underlying issues coming from past lives that may need healing, basically. Okay, Divine Feminine Bible Day. This is where we come from. I was telling someone a couple days ago. I know, straight from Egypt and the Holy Land, right? You're like, great. All right, this is where we come from in past lifetimes, jokes aside. And maybe even our angelic connection coming from the heavens, right? And things like that. I always say that you'll notice that the angels have Hebrew names. Like, okay. Anyways, so you may have past lives that were very, I don't want to say religious, but we'll say very spiritual. And, you know, that could translate into this lifetime. I was talking about some of you guys have had families that were very religious, right? And you're kind of started there to get that kindergarten level, but you're meant to ascend. And, you know, the amazing thing about spirituality is you become responsible for your own belief system after a while. So, you know, it depends on if you have memories or things in this lifetime that were meant to trigger these past lifetimes. So if you were really religious or spiritual in a past life, you may have had a very religious family or things like that to remind you or to trigger certain things, as all of our experiences in this lifetime are meant to kind of trigger that awakening for us or to bring back online past life knowledge. So this life has given us glimpses into many past lives, right? So this is also, you know, you had past lives where you were very religious or very spiritual and devoted, and especially getting to that ascension place where you devoted a lot of time to religious studies and, you know, getting close to God and things like that. So you might be also in this lifetime, how that may translate over is releasing religious blocks and spiritual blocks from the crown chakra. Sometimes we took vows and took it a little serious, like especially the Bible stuff, right? And we need to get rid of that programming now. And sometimes it can be hard because in past lifetimes, you know, maybe we were in service to these religions or things like that. And it may have created spiritual blocks too. This might be something that you're working on in this life to unprogram or reprogram from the 3D belief system to ascend into a 5D belief system and to really unlimit yourself. This could be something either holding you back or could be helping you to remember that spiritual connection more. Okay, Atlantis. Twin flames tend to play out the fall of Atlantis together. We're not trying to, but it's what we're all recreating in our modern day reality. Like we see all the same themes playing out. When they say we've done this before, we've done this before. Right? And it's very similar to forces and the external and how things are playing out. And things like that, right? And it's very familiar of our modern day right now, where it's like literally we knew there were bad stuff happening all over the planet. I'm not going to talk about it on this video. This is meant to be like a positive video, but we can see it everywhere, right? All the bad stuff that have come out in our day, even more, that did not even probably exist. Well, it's probably there a little bit, but it's just everywhere now. And all of the horrible stuff, DNA modification, all the poisons, all the bad stuff that's happening, we'll say coming from, you know, certain forces, okay? So we all have all this negative stuff, and it's very reminiscent what is happening with the light workers awakening during our time, and kind of like, okay, we got to ignore all that and keep the frequency high, work on our healing and law of attraction and manifesting and hoping that it's enough to tilt the balance. And this is what happened during Atlantean times, where it was a lot of dark stuff, but there were groups of people that were trying to hold the light, right? Keepers of the light, and light workers that were like hoping it was enough to, you know, keep all of that out and tilt the balance. And this is happening again, but this time there's a lot more light workers on it, I hope. Right? And so this is very important during this time, that we're holding the frequency and that we're raising up the vibe of the planet to help, because we know kind of how this goes. And then we're seeing a lot of the same themes that can be very scary from past lives. The weather kicking off, earth changes, right? And things like earthquakes and things like that come out of all of this. And so we're seeing a lot of these same themes that play out. Now, this is where the twin flames were divided during this lifetime. And it goes back to the fall of Atlantis. And this can be hard to grasp. But oftentimes we're playing out that masculine, feminine wound and divide from when you have fear And this gets kicked up in separation hardcore when you literally feel like you'll die without your twin flame, and it's emotional turmoil and it's the worst feeling ever and you just want to die without them, or whatever comes up. And I know it can be very extreme emotions. This is rooted in that past lifetime where you did lose your twin flame. Many of you have lost your twin flame to physical death and other things that have happened. And so when you're feeling these intense emotions caused by separation or separations or other events in your life that are playing out, oftentimes they are showing you a glimpse into other lifetimes of where these extreme emotions and feelings come from, or fear of losing this person forever, or this that they won't come back in separation. And some of these extreme feelings go back to these past lifetimes because you knew that you were stuck in a cycle with many karmic relationships and karmic marriages, and you were not very fulfilled. These were lessons and karmic debts that you needed to pay off going to this lifetime again. And the karmics of your lifetime, in this lifetime, you're very comfortable with because you spent many lifetimes married to them and having children with them, but they were always the biggest block to your twin flame coming into your reality and things like that. So you feel comfortable with your karmics in this lifetime. They're probably easier connections, you're used to them, it was very easy, whatever it was. But these are also the big blocks to union, these other connections, because while there's any type of karma owed out or karmic debt, it keeps you tied to the 3D old earth, and we need to ascend into the 5D earth with our twin flame. And so oftentimes we had a lot of past life karmic relationships that also left a lot of wounding and blocks around love, or how we think of love, or how we relate to love too. So in this lifetime, twin flames have generally had, whether really rough karmic relationships or you've had karmic relationships to sort out and deal with. And by the time you meet your twin flame, it's affected you too, because we don't always understand the big picture of this too. So clearing karmic relationships is a huge thing. This is huge too. Imprisonment or slavery. This is why a lot of people don't like to, we'll say, tap into their gifts fully too. This could have been something from a past lifetime. I don't want to go there, but it could be a fear for the divine feminine. I talk about this, right? Look, right? Okay, this could be a fear from past lifetimes of something that has actually happened to you. Many of you have been dragged away by the dark, whether on this planet or other planets and things like that, and it wasn't good, I know, for your spiritual gifts and your abilities or your power, or for different things, right? So this might be an underlying fear. Some of you guys might have a fear of the government that can manifest in this lifetime as fear of not liking authority, fear of the government, fear of the negative aliens, things like that. Okay, but you have a lot of gifts. On a positive note, you have a lot of gifts that you brought with it. This is medicine man or woman. You have spent many lives as a healer, studying and training. I know some of these could have been even native lives, but it didn't have to be. And that you are very trained as a healer. And the good news is, as you're awakening and learning how to heal in this lifetime and healing yourself, you're going to bring back online so much of that healing knowledge and know-how, and it's going to help you so much. So you brought powerful healing gifts and abilities into this lifetime. A lot of this past life reading is letting go of fear, like several of these cards and messages. It's all about what we were talking about with Saturn. Saturn is fear, and it's letting go of that and healing that, so we don't have to continue to karmically correct it or get lessons to face that fear in whatever way too. And it just kind of depends on, you've all had to face your worst fears in this life because you unknowingly manifested it, not trying to. So some of those negative experiences that you had, hopefully way far back, were actually manifested out of fear unknowingly and unconsciously, keyword unconsciously, so that you could become consciously aware of these fears so that you could heal them and face them. So we have a lot of letting go of fear. Okay, we're gonna do now, let's see, I kind of want to wrap it up with Divine Feminine, but let's just do some messages for, let's do messages from your masculine to feminine right now. I ran because I wasn't ready for you. You might have had a masculine that was, I say, avoiding, pushing you away, or running. Every time my phone rings, I hope it's you. So masculine wants to talk to you, wants a phone call. I wish you were here with me. If they're apart from you, they might be feeling really lonely. This divine masculine, they might be missing you if you've been gone, or with that presence. And we're gonna do a couple more cards for divine feminine and then kind of shift over to the masculine. So karma season, clearing your karmic baggage is one thing that twin flames had to deal with. All right, divine feminine. The world, you're ending some type of cycle. This could be with your twin flame. This could be a new beginning too, because when we talk about ending a karmic cycle, you're getting rewarded. This opens up travel, new beginnings, maybe even reunion and union if you're in separation. Just kind of depends on where that cycle's at. All right, we're doing karmic attachments. This is healing codependency, feeling powerless, too focused on the materialism, addictions and obsessions, and being tied to something. So I know you got to face those addictions and they're hard because you'll relapse. I know, right? Oh my God. And you'll have to face it again and again. And you're going to have to let go of these addictions, obsessions, and things holding you back. You'll know what you need to heal and what you need to fix in your life, but ego loves to make everything okay and make excuses. But you're trying to get healthier. You're trying to break old patterns, especially codependency. Okay, 9 of Cups, and your masculine is manifesting you. You are their wish fulfillment. They might not be able to picture a future without you, or they might be thinking about you as a part of their future. And this is someone who gets what they want. So just so that you know, this person is really focused. They're content with where they're at in the now, but they're working on manifesting you. All right, we have snake energy. Watch out because there might be shady energy around you. We talked about the friends. I was making a joke about it. Be careful. Some of your friends, you're going to know that they're not really serving your best interest at heart. But this is also, so while we're doing Saturn retrograde, follow your heart right now. You're being guided to take that leap and go after love right now. But this is also shedding layers. You might be shedding old versions of yourself. Your twin flame will probably trigger them to the surface, the not good stuff or the old aspects, so that you can let go of them fully. Divine masculine, your masculine is in a lot of regret. They're in heartbreak energy over you. They're in feeling they made mistakes, guilt, and made the wrong choice, especially because we had that runner card, especially if they've run away or tried to get away from the connection. They regret it if they have. You have a secret crush. I know, this is your twin flame too. They might be watching you, admiring you. They're very attracted to you. And this is like getting butterflies. You might sense that they might care about you more than they've let on for some. They might need time to process their feelings right now. It just kind of depends. And we're going to do a reading for the divine masculine just to see where you're at. So divine masculine, using these Saturn energies right now, they're going to help you a lot with your goals. It could be work stuff. It could be healing limitations of your past. Okay, so we're going to do some cards for the divine masculine. And real quick, I have a ton of activations and healings going on for today. I've been working on my site all morning, but I always do. Check out my website. I got lots of stuff in there. I got my shop up to date too. Check out the things I have up there and take advantage of it. Okay, divine masculine and divine feminine, take these as messages from your masculine. I know we've been together in past lives. I recognize you. You are never a stranger to me. So this is going to be, we're in past life energy with Saturn. I know. Childhood, yeah, I know. Those are the blocks. But we're in past life energy. Divine masculine might be having some type of past life memories, dreams, recognition, just a knowing or a sense that you've had past lives together in many past lives that were actually pretty decent and we're good, right? This is the love that it's very, we just throw ourselves, it's like you dive into earth and we throw ourselves into the forces of karma, fates, and destiny. So when you do meet your twin flame, it's supposed to be a powerful time where you have a chance to be together. This doesn't happen in every life. It's very special and we should appreciate it and like give it our all because, you know, we're dealing with such powerful forces past us as well too. So this is like past life understanding coming online. They might sense or know that you're the one, they're your twin flame, they're the one they've been looking for you their whole life. Everyone is looking for their twin flame, usually unconsciously their entire life, and it's why the basis of a lot of relationships don't work out too. Our relationship was different and special. Other people don't understand it. So this is where you go to your friends and family and they give you terrible advice. Yeah, usually advice that's self-serving in some way, right? Or they don't like when you're doing good. You'll notice that when you're doing bad and crying about your relationship, they love it. And when you're happy with your person, you'll notice their shift. Right there. I noticed that about the friends and things like that. And so you'll know that then secretly they're hating on you the whole time. Okay, so this is something that only you and your twin flame are going to get. I tell people not to talk to people outside of themselves about their situation because number one, your twin flame will mirror that and feel it and it will throw off union or affect things or, you know, and you'll be able to tell that. So oftentimes you're kind of left by yourself with the divine, with source, for the downloads, the knowledge. And so you're not going to be able to go to people that are not a twin flame about advice, because they will not understand it. They're going to put it in their 3D view. So you're going to need people who have gone through this experience, twin flames themselves, to be helping you through the experience, as these people have no idea, just like they have no idea about ascension and awakening and a lot of other things, most of these people. So there's a lot of awakened people too. They haven't been there yet. So oftentimes you're left, masculine, navigating a space that the people around you haven't been. You're a way shower, you're a pioneer, but this means that you're having to really, really go within for that guidance and to connect with source. I miss looking into your eyes and into your soul. And this is powerful too, because we know that the eyes activate each other, and this is how you could just stare at each other's eyes for hours, and it's like staring back into your own soul as you share an oversoul. So you're seeing this other person, but you're also staring into your own soul, so it will activate you. I couldn't handle my true feelings for you, so I kept you as a friend and nothing more. So this person may have tried to friend zone you, or there might have been a separation or distancing. It just kind of depends. But this is about masculine has been feeling a lot of overwhelming feelings too. They have to face a lot of uncomfortable feelings from their past and from childhood that surface, that are very uncomfortable depending on how much baggage they're dealing with. I'm confused about what I should do about my feelings for you. This person may be doing some soul searching and like clarity on what to be doing about this too, and how to proceed. They're getting a plan. This is someone, when I'm tapping in, they're a planner. They like to have everything planned out and what to do or how to proceed. They might be taking it slow with you and kind of working on things of like what to do. So they're in that soul searching, reflecting energy. Divine masculine, give your relationship a chance. It's time to work on your partnership. You might want to heal this connection. If you're both healing it, you can, and it will go beautifully. If there's resistance and both aren't trying, very difficult, right? So you're being guided to heal this connection and to work at it. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more emotionally and romantically attractive. Take care of yourself. We're in Cancer season, huge focus on self-theme. Now, self-care. Cancer season is all about, you guys are going to be feeling your partner's emotions and seeing their point of view a little bit easier. Make sure you're finding balance between yourself and this connection. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, divine masculine. Okay, new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. This is a twin flame reading this, so we're talking about your twin flame. Like, right? Your twin flame is able to stir a lot of, in case you didn't notice, emotions, but we're trying to stay in the positive ones too and kind of stay out of the negative ones. So there's a big clearing of the past right now and letting go of the past to start over and get back in that love bubble. For those of you guys that are coming into reunion, or you're in union, or you're working towards union, you want to stay in those higher frequencies. And when you can stay in those higher frequencies, there's a lot of energy bouncing back and forth, an energy loop between you, and so the energy is very important for how you're feeling. So staying in those higher frequencies, and it's very beautiful. You're healing codependency. You might have addictions that are affecting your romantic life. Now, addictions don't have to be like we think. They could be habits and patterns. It could be all sorts of things that are holding you back. So time to clear the patterns, behaviors, things that have been holding you back. And we're going to do a past life reading for the divine masculine, just to see what is going on. So we're going to go into past lives for divine masculine, and we're just going to see, and usually these are blocks when we're talking past life healing, things to heal. All right, children. Some of you guys may have children, and these are past life connections. Some of you may not have children, and maybe, because this is a twin flame reading, maybe some of you guys, want to have a child with your twin flame, or there might be some type of block here. I see a lot of people who don't have children during this age, right? A lot of twin flames don't. And you'll say, why? Because we're getting ready for ascension and things like that. So there might be some type of block here. It could be a block because you have karma dealing with raising children with karmics, or it could be, that you haven't had children because you have a block there. Some of you guys may have had, I see the ones that don't have children might have had a terrible childhood, and this might be a block too. And it might be blocking your happiness and full experience. It just kind of depends. So there might be some type of childhood block going back to past lives. Dig around in your childhood. Whatever narrative played out probably goes back to past lives. All right, leaving or travel. Okay, this could play out in your twin flame scenario. Some of you guys might have a twin flame that lives far away or in another country, or, oh my God, like things like that, right? Like, oh my God, and it might be coming up now in your connection. You know, you might be guided to travel to be with them or to visit or back and forth, just kind of depends. So this is like kind of a big deal. Some of you guys may have made pilgrimages. I know I was talking about this, like, and I've done that in this life too, very reminiscent of the past life pilgrimages of our ancestors and things like that. Some of you guys may have made pilgrimages to other lands, other countries and things like that, but this is a twin flame reading specifically, so we want to kind of dig into that. So it doesn't surprise me, we have Egypt coming up for the Divine Masculine. We were already talking about Orion as that Egyptian connection. So you had past lifetimes in Egypt, but with your twin flame too, these were the happier times, right? These are the happier times. You might both together have a lot of past life Egyptian knowledge, be very drawn to Egypt, be drawn to races such as the Syrians or the Lyrans or Avians and things like that. So you probably have a very strong past life Egyptian connection, which is playing a role in the now of maybe why you're awakening or why you're integrating a lot of knowledge, just kind of depends. So you have that connection where you had past lifetimes there and would have studied there and learned a lot there. All right, high priest or priestess, and this is your feminine coming through too, so you already know that you and your feminine were very spiritual in past lifetimes together, and we have that high priestess energy too. Maybe why you're drawn to your divine feminine, if they're very spiritual, you might be very drawn to them. You might find your karmics might have been kind of asleep. I know, like Matrix, right? You might have drawn or attracted your karmics to you in the past more out of like, you know, owed out karma of the draw, and then you weren't attracted to them once that karma was paid off. With your divine feminine, it's different. They're probably very spiritual from past lives, and this is why you're pulled or drawn to them on some level, because this is a spiritual connection. So just know that this is a connection that's meant to activate you spiritually too. But the high priestess is like a whole different deal, right? So they might do spiritual work, they might be really spiritual, they might be studying the spiritual, or they might have a lot of gifts and abilities. All right, transportation, and this is my train. And I don't know why, but in this lifetime, if you guys find yourself on the trains a lot or kind of lot aimlessly, this represents spiritual travel and traveling to different places. You might be on the train at different, we'll say, chapters of your life, right? Like prelude, you're on the train or you're traveling, or, you know, you might have spent a lot of time on, I don't want to say public transit or the trains in this lifetime too. And this might come back from past lifetimes too. So just know that you have a connection with the trains. They can represent spiritual travel. They're like our ferry boat of modern time. Like, right, normally you get on the boat and you'd go to another dimension or the afterlife, but this is like representative of that too. Just know that. All right, so divine timing doesn't surprise me. We're doing a Saturn reading. TikTok, right? TikTok, don't lose your opportunity. So this is also divine timing, but you might have felt something was off with the timing, or that you've been waiting. Have you been waiting on union? Have you been waiting on your divine feminine? Have you been waiting on union? Have you been putting off union for the right timing? Time to roll the dice. You got to take a chance with this. This is like that leap. This is that take a leap of faith, and that if you're not able to, you need to think about faith in the crown chakra and things like that. So this is like getting a strategy, because you need to take a risk on this connection. You need to take a chance. All right, expect surprises and the unexpected, and I love it because it's the woman on her phone. Like, right? Expect some type of communication. We have Mercury, the messenger energy, in the air. Expect some type of communication to be opening up. If there's been communication blocks, throat chakra blocks, expect these things to be healing. We have the home card. Your divine feminine represents home. They are that. The knights go on the, I don't want to say, they go on the quest and they're looking for the Holy Grail. Well, it turned out to be the feminine. Your divine feminine was what the quest was for, right? So you might go on this spiritual journey and you're being guided home to source, which is also your divine feminine. So you're healing root chakra issues too around this connection. Now we're going to do a couple messages to you, divine masculine, from your feminine. I keep hoping to bump into you everywhere I go. I can't let you go. This might be, your divine feminine might be unable to let you go. They might have tried and may have found that they can't. I should have fought for you. I'm scared you will reject me. This person might already have rejection wounds or things like that. It just kind of depends on how that plays out. You may have rejected your divine feminine, hurting them. They might be scared you'll reject them again. All right, so divine masculine, Ace of Swords, clearing blocks, mental blocks. And this is so you can get more clarity. This is lack of communication. There might be some type of communication block, as I just said, in this connection. So this is like, you guys might have argued. You might have had a lot of racy thoughts or negative thoughts that you're purging out, or blocks there too. To union, healing any type of mental blocks. Ace of Pentacles, this is new beginning and money coming to you. And this union is supposed to activate a lot of these things too, these higher energies. So this is like, maybe your job will take off, maybe you manifest your dreams, but this is like all about new beginning and abundance coming to you through this connection, as this is a twin flame reading. We have the Five of Wands, and this is the masculine. There's a lot of conflict. You guys might not have been working together, or might not have been working as a team, or might have been getting in a competitive energy or at odds with each other. And this might have caused some type of inner chaos or struggles or opposition. Once again, calming the mind, calming your third eye. Okay, this is the Queen of Cups, and this is your divine feminine coming through in the reading for you. And this is opening up to kindness, compassion, being more supportive. So that's like the solution to the last card. You guys have deep feelings for each other. This is an unconditional love. This person does not judge you in any way. This is like the feminine energy, getting in touch with your intuition, getting in balance, but getting in balance with your twin flame. And so this is like being empathic. You're both empathic. You're both in love. So your divine feminine is in love with you. They are an empath. So they may be easily triggered by negative energies or struggle with negative energies, like you, divine masculine too. So it's important to stay in those higher energies. Stay in the energies of the sun. We're in the solstice energies, but we're stepping into the energies of our spiritual sun that begin to really hit us with the solstice. And this is like, those energies are all about success, positivity, staying optimistic, happy times, good luck, staying enthusiastic. And then you're becoming very attractive. You might have a very, very magnetic energy to your twin flame. Like, you might feel like they won't leave you alone, or they're always pulled to you. And it's part of your aura and your attraction. We talked about that magnetism of twin flames, that once you start to meet, it's like the magnetism is activated, and in your higher alignment, it's like you're stuck, and it's like hard to, but this can be overwhelming, right? Like, this can be overwhelming for both of you guys too. So you gotta understand that. And sometimes that's why the separations are needed for breaks too, to pull apart at times. It just kind of depends on how things are going. So you're very magnetic to this person and becoming very magnetic to your twin flame as you're doing that work, staying that solar energy, that uplifting energy, and stay positive, divine masculine, about your situation no matter what is going on. All right, I'm going on that note anyways, but have a beautiful day. Just go ahead and book me on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. If you need me, recommending you guys are checking out my healings. Go with what you're guided to on there when you're picking them out.